Assalamualaikum, Ta'ubilif Lecturer Dr. Nurhuda binti Rahman. First of all, I would like to say thank you for giving us an opportunity to present regarding on this subject AUD688. As we know, we have been assigned a group task which is for a Shariah contracts. Before I proceed, I would like to introduce my group members. Our group member consists of 6 members, which is first Muhammad Shariah Amri bin Zabar, Muhammad Fahmi Zaim bin Muhammad Fauzi, Muhammad Nur Hafizi bin Abdul Rahman, Amir Takif Tairi bin Samsudin, Muhammad Syarif bin Muhammad Yusri, and myself, Muhammad Amizi bin Hamidan. Okay. On the subject 688, audit 688, which is for the Shariah contract, our team members have choose for company which is MBSB Bank Berhad. Okay, so I will pass to our first presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Mr. Hamizi. Okay, my name is Muhammad Syahid Amri bin Zabar. For the first slide, I will explain about the Islamic banking product. And the first question is, what are the product offered by the bank? And the second question is, what are the Shariah contract applicable to all the product? My team has made only one answer for both questions. Okay, we go to the second slide. Is consumer banking. Consumer banking is one of the product that been offered by the MBSB bank. Okay, for the consumer banking, we have card. The product name is Visa Debit Card I, and the product use is Ujrah or fee. And MBSB also offer the deposit and consists of 3 accounts, which is saving account, current account, and term deposit. All the saving account, current account, and term deposit use the Shariah contract of Tawaruk, Wakalah, Murabaha, and Ibrah. Okay, we go further to the saving account. The difference between all the saving account is only initial deposit and minimum balance. For example, Chiki saving account I is eligible for the individual below 18 years old, but subject to account being operated by a trustee, which means parent or legal guardian. Okay, next we go to the current account. Current account, we have consists of 3: prime wing current account, prime risk current account, and basic current account. Same initial deposit and minimum balance like saving account. They have different in initial deposit and minimum balance. But we go to the prime win current account, is eligible for resident or individual or non-individual. For example, club and associate. But employee in the MBSB cannot apply to this current account. Employee of MBSB or any related person that relate to employee MBSB. Okay, the last one is term deposit. Okay, the term deposit only consists of 2: term deposit I and junior term deposit. Okay, initial deposit is same for both term deposit. Flexible tenure from 1 month until 60 months. Okay, for the term deposit is for 18 years old above and resident or non-resident. For the junior term deposit I, below 18 years old and subject to account be operated by the trustee. Okay, for the third consumer banking is financing. The first one is personal finance. Personal finance consists of Muntas, Afdal, and private sector. Okay, for the public sector, we have Muntas and Afdal. For the private sector, we have private sector I. Okay, for the Muntas, the financing amount is up to 250,000, and for Afdal is up to 500,000, and for private sector is up to 300,000. Okay, the tenants for all 3 personal finance is up to 10 years. For the property financing, it consists of residential property and commercial property. Okay, all the financing product have used Shariah contract of Tawaruk, Murabaha, Wakalah, Ta'wid, Wa'ad, and Ibrah. Okay, for the last one, we have wealth management. that consists of takaful product they offered by MBSB. We have Edu Takaful, Moto Takaful, and My PA Care. The syarah contract being used is Tawaruk and Wakalah. For the rewriting, Wakalah. And also for the iMedic, ASME Platinum and Anur, syarah contract being used is Tabaruk, Wakalah, Al-Qad Al-Hasan, and lastly, Ju'ala.
Okay, I'm Muhammad Nafizi and I will continue for the product that MBSB offer for business banking and the Shariah contract applicable. Basically, they can be grouped to 4 groups and of product, which deposit, financing, investment, and wealth management. Under deposit, MBSB offer current account which consists of basic current account I with fee, basic current account I non-fee, time-based current account I, and foreign currency current account I. And MBSB also offer term deposit, which the product name is term deposit I. The Shariah contract that MBSB use for all the deposit are Tawaruk, Wakalah, Wa'ad, and Ibra. For financing also can be categorized into 6 groups, which special relief facility, contract financing, property development financing, corporate financing, oil palm plantation financing, and equipment financing. Under special relief facility, MBSB offer all economic sector, automation and digitization facility, agro-food facility, and micro-enterprise facility. The Shariah contract used are Tawaruk, Wakalah, and Ibra. Under contract financing, MBSB offer term financing I, which using Tawaruk, revolving credit, and cash line, which the 3 of them using Tawaruk and Wakalah concept. Besides that, MBSB also offer term financing I, which using istisna and ijarah. The Shariah contract applicable for that is istisna, ijarah mausufah fi azimah, and ijarah contract. And under contract financing, MBSB also offer bank guarantee I, which using kafalah contract. For the property development financing, MBSB offer the same thing as they offer the contract financing, which MBSB offer term financing I, which using Tawaruk, revolving credit, term financing I that using istisna and ijarah, bank guarantee I, and cash line I. But there is one additional product, which is bridging financing, and the Shariah contract use is Tawaruk and Wakalah. For corporate financing, MBSB only offer term financing I that using Tawaruk, revolving credit, term financing I that using istisna and ijarah, and cash line I. For oil palm plantation financing, MBSB also offer the same thing as the offer for property development financing, which term financing I that using Tawaruk, revolving credit, bridging financing, term financing I that using istisna and ijarah, bank guarantee I, and cash line I. For equipment financing, MBSB offer equipment financing I based on al-ijarah summa bai concept, where we call it ITAP. MBSB also offer cash line I, which based on Tawaruk and Wakalah. For the third group, investment account I, MBSB offer prime investment account I that based on Wakalah by al-istisma to business banking. And the last group is wealth management, which consists of all risk plan. MBSB offer contract all risk, contractor all risk, equipment on risk, erection on risk, workman compensation, fire takaful, money takaful, burglary, public liability, protect glass, electronic equipment, employer liability, fire consequential loss, group personal accident, machinery breakdown, house owner, householder, marine cargo takaful, good in transit, motor takaful, fidelity guarantee, which all of them based on takaful, makalah, tabaruk and hibah concept.
Okay, before I go further about the difference between Islamic bank and conventional banks product, I want to make it clear to all of you about the difference between these two banks. Islamic bank use unique concept of profit and loss sharing with their customer by using Shariah compliant financing, while conventional bank use the concept of interest charge on their customer to gain the profit. Okay, move to the question. Since the question asks about the difference between product, actually Islamic banking offer the same product as conventional banks, but as I told earlier, they only use different concept for their product. For example, in Islamic banking, charging of interest in their product is prohibited in Islam, and the money cannot be treated as commodity. The money is just used for the medium of exchange. Islamic bank also strict their investment, which only for the product that is comply with Sharia compliance, and they cannot invest in non-compliant business, such as business that involves in tobacco, gambling, and other prohibited business. For the conventional bank, they make profit through higher interest on loans that they give to their customer when their customer use their product. They also treat their money as asset to gain the profit from their customer, which their customer have to pay more than they get from the bank. Other than that, they also can invest their customer deposit money freely since there is no restriction on what they want to invest, although the business is involved in tobacco, gambling, and other prohibited business. To make it clear, I will use the example from our group analysis bank, which is MBSB, and Maybank, which is conventional bank, for housing loan product. If we take housing loan that is offered by MBSB and Maybank, which is conventional bank, we can see there are several differences between both of them. In Maybank, the bank will act as creditor, whereas the client is the borrower. But in Islamic bank, which is MBSB, the bank will practice certain Shariah contract, which is by betamal ajil, musyarakah, and ijarah. In the case of MBSB, the bank practice BBA, which is by betamal ajil. The bank will act as the seller and the customer will act as a buyer. The selling goods are on the different payment basis at a price which include a profit margin that are agreed by both of the bank and the customer. Maybank will impose an interest rate for their money that it lent for the loan, and the interest is normally compounded, while in MBSB product, the profit is derived from Sharia compliant financing agreement. In such contract, there is no interest and no compounding effect. Instead, the profit is calculated based on the outstanding principal. Last but not least, Maybank only lends money in order to get more money, while MBSB, the money is just the subject matter of the transaction. It is merely the medium of exchange, while the property is the actual subject matter.
Thank you for our previous presenter. Okay, my part is choose 3 products that offer and explain the application of the Sharia contract. Okay, on the MBSB member head, there is a lot of product that offer to the customer. Okay, so the product that we choose to elaborate, which is the first is personal financing I. Personal financing I is under consumer banking. Personal finance is the financial management which is an individual or a family unit perform to budget, save and spend monetary source over time. Okay, taking into account various financial risks and future life events. For public sector, MBSB offer Mumtaz I, which is a financing amount of up to 250,000, and Afdal I financing amount up to 400,000. For private sector, MBSB offer private sector, which is a financing amount up to 300,000. Okay, the features and benefit on the personal financing I is no guarantor required, takaful coverage is optional, no early settlement charges, and fast approval. Okay, this product apply to tawaruk syariah contract. Tawaruk is a two sale and purchase contract. Okay, the first involve the sale of an asset by a seller to a purchaser on a deferred basis. Subsequently, the purchaser on the first sale will sell the same asset to the third party on cash and spot basis. Okay, second product that we choose to elaborate the offer by the MBSB Bank Berhad, which is trade financing I. Trade financing I is applicable for business to trade. The function of trade financing is to act as a third party to remove the payment risk and supply risk, whilst providing the exporter with accelerate receivables and the importer with extended credit. Okay, this product applies to Murabaha Syariah contract. Murabaha is a contract between a capital provider, Rabbul Mal, and an entrepreneur, Mudarib, under which the Rabbul Mal provide capital to be managed by the Mudarib according to a mutually agreed profit sharing ratio, PSR, while its financial loss are borne by the Rabbul Mal, provided that such a loss are not due to the Mudarib's misconduct, ta'adi, negligence, taksir or breach of specific terms, mukallaf al-shurut. Okay, the third product that we choose to elaborate from the MBSB Bank Berhad, which is investment account I. Okay, investment account I is an account that allow customer to place their monies. MBSB offer prime investment account I to their customer, which is the minimum investment is 500,000. This product apply the Shariah concept of wakalah bi al-istima. Okay, wakalah is a contract where a party as a principal mukawil authorize another party as his agent wakil to perform a particular task on matter that may be delegated, with or without imposition of a fee. Okay, for the next question, E2E, which is explain briefly what are the information available for the chosen product if the product disclosure sheet available. Okay, this information that available in the disclosure sheet for chosen product are as follows. Okay, the information that are available for chosen product and description of the product and their application of Shariah concept. Secondly, the information provided in the product disclosure sheet in the base rate, which is the MBSM use the possible scenarios to trigger a change in the base rate. It also provide the fees and the charges that the customers have to pay. Users can also identify the risk that associate with the product. Besides that, product disclosure sheet provide assistance and redress for the customer. Product disclosure sheet also include contact for the customer to get further information. Finally, there are procedure for customer to change their contact details. Okay, for the another further details, I would like to pass for our next presenter, which is Mr. Shariah. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So thank you, Mr. Hamizi, for the explanation regarding the product disclosure, the PDF. So my name is Muhammad Shariah bin Muhammad Yusri. So I am going to discuss on the specific information that is available for the chosen product. Okay, so they are, as we mentioned before, we choose 3 product of financial product three types of financial product, which is personal financing, tawaruk, trade financing, murabahah, and the third one is investment account, which is wakalah bi istihma. Okay. So first I'm going to cover what are the specific information available for the personal financing, which is tawaruk. So the information that is available is firstly the customer financial obligation and the impact if the customer fail to fulfill their obligation. So, and the second one is customer will get a refund if there is any excess payment arising from settlement of closure of financing account. And thirdly, the bank will grant IBRA, which is rebate. In other words, if customer fully settle the financing before its maturity. And lastly, finally, no guarantor or collateral is required in this personal financing. Okay, so for trade financing, which is murabahah, the information that are available is firstly is the minimum documents that were required to perform the contract, and secondly the application of the product operate. Okay, so for investment account, there are five information that are available in the PDS, which is first is the type of investor that can be applied to this product, secondly the objective and strategy of the investment, and the method on how to pay and redeem the investment, thirdly the possible outcome from the investment, fourth the key risks that associate with the product, and finally investment account holders declaration. Okay, so for the next question, we are required to explain the benefit of having product disclosure sheet, which is the PDS. So what are the benefit actually? So PDS, one of the benefit of having a PDS is that it provides you with the essential information to help you decide whether to invest in a financial product. So basically it gives user to make a decision using the information provided in the PDS. Okay, so why is it useful for decision maker? Because it uses clear language to explain the product and replaces older forms of financial product disclosure information such as investment statement and prospectuses. Okay, so the other benefit of having a product disclosure is when the customer of MBSB want to use the product offered by the MBSB, they can know that what fee that they will be charged for, the Shariah compliance that the product uses, and the insurance coverage. So basically the customer can get a full picture of what they are going to pay for, what are the charges and all that. Okay, so if there is any hidden cost and all that. So the benefit will go to two sides, which are the customer and MBSB. So if any issue occurs after they use the product, MBSB can fight back, which is the thing already stated in the product disclosure sheet. So basically they have the rights, they have the proof if they breach any agreement that has been provided, any information that has been provided in the PDS. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, the last question is explain any disclosure on accounting record that reflect different type of Shariah contract. Okay, in this we choose three contract in the note TD financial statement, which is first murabahah. Okay, MBSB had disclosed the information regarding murabahah contract in their note to the financial statement. It shows the deposit from customer with a breakdown with first type, which is Islamic deposit. It consists of commodity murabahah, term deposit, demand deposit, and saving deposit. Okay, second, they disclose the type of maturity structure deposit. It consists of due within 6 months, more than 6 months to 1 years, more than 1 year to 3 years, and more than 3 years. Okay, the last type is customer, which is the government and statutory bodies, business enterprise, and individuals. Okay, second, we identify suku wakalah. Okay, MBSB must maintain proper accounting record for the reporting of financial performance in a timely manner to ensure that financial statements are prepared in a true and fair view manner. Okay, they must disclose the sukuk wakalah by maturity within 1 year and more than 1 year to the user of the annual report. They also must inform the principal on the completion of wakalah contract in their notes, such as they disclose on December 2019, they issued Tier 2 sukuk wakalah in nominal value of 1.3 billion. Okay, according to Bank Negara Malaysia, MBSB must disclose the term and condition of wakalah contract, preserve the right and interest of the principal, including any amendment made during the renegotiation and extension of the contract. Okay, for example, the silent term of Tier 2 sukuk wakalah are subject to call option with minimum tenure of least 5 years and not pledged to any security and non-convertible. Okay, last, Al-Mudarabah Security Fund. MBSB shall provide a detailed disclosure of their Mudarabah Fund, as they only provide the net value of the Mudarabah venture. According to Bank Negara Malaysia, MBSB need to disclose the initial capital contribution that need to establish the Mudarabah Fund. Other than that, they also need to disclose the outstanding and recoverable value of Mudarabah Fund, including any loss incurred or provision made during the current financial period. Okay, besides that, MBSB also need disclose the composition of aggregate source of the fund. Okay, then they can disclose the net value of Mudarabah Security Fund. Okay, lastly, any potential consideration in the financial statement of an Islamic financial institution arising from the Mudarabah Fund shall be notified to the Bank Negara Malaysia in advance. Okay, this is the guideline that Bank Negara Malaysia provide to all Islamic financial institution, but MBSB did not follow some of it. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.